Coming up on Mountain News this morning, fire crews continue battling wildfires that keep igniting across our region. And a local fire and rescue squad stresses the importance of following burn bans as we continue to wait for so much needed rain.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Alrighty, it's 6 o'clock. Good morning to you. Sorry there. I'm Dakota Makris. It is Wednesday, Thursday. No, it's not. Today's Thursday. It's Friday Eve. Why am I taking us back in time? Let's get up to date on the weather with Brandon here. Ooh, Brandon, I don't know what it is. It's the smell of that smoke in the air that's getting to me, I think.
And it's pretty thick here in the studio this morning, so hopefully we can get some rain in here pretty quick to get these fires knocked down. That's what we need. Our forestry and our volunteer fire department's major shout out, because I know they're fighting a losing battle out there this morning. Let's take a look, see what's going on across our region. Satellite radar here at home, not too much to show you, but all eyes on Florida, as that's our next potential system, hurricane, now tropical storm Nicole, that made landfall earlier this morning on the east coast. Now will work its way toward us before the cold front that's going to come in from the west will push it toward the New England states. All right, 30s, 40s, 50s, 35 Manchester, 53 Pikeville. Let me make sure there's nobody warmer than that. 54 Logan. So there you go. 35 Manchester, 54 Logan. That is the range this morning. So a normal day to a little extra on your coffee meter. And as we take the donuts away, as we eat those donuts, we're going to be seeing, again, clouds increasing this afternoon. And this could be the last 70-degree day, could be in the operative word there, that we see through the end of this year. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, there's still a state of emergency over in Estill County as crews work to contain one of the two wildfires that began burning this week, and two of many that have burned across the mountains. Grayson Passmore has more from a homeowner who says the flames stopped burning just feet from his house.
Just when people finally thought their homes were safe from the encroaching flames, many of them came back down the mountain just hours later, telling us the flames were rising again up to their shoulders, smoke billowing out. It looks like it's going to be another long night for these crews.
I was up all night and watched it come down the mountain.
After getting his daughters somewhere safe, Travis Cassidy and his wife Stephanie went back to their home late Tuesday night as they watched the fire start to burn through Ravenna.
I just wanted to see where it was at and see what the status was and see how it was moving, because we can't really see nothing. We could just see the fire. We just didn't know how far it was up there. So
as the orange flames burned towards Cassidy's home, he sent his drone up to see how long they had, worried he and his wife would need to escape.
The thoughts, I'm very, very proud of, like the firefighters and everything, because I mean they've done a heck of a job, and they've been, if it wasn't for them, there ain't no telling where I'd be at right now.
Crews worked through the night to keep the fire at bay, eventually extinguishing the flames at the tree line, mere feet from Cassidy's home.
I mean, 2 years ago we were dealing with the flood, and now we're dealing with this. So, but it's one of the things we take stuff for granted anymore.
In Estill County, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
Well, crews are still working to contain the Chamberlain fire. EMA officials say the Pitts fire was 100% contained after burning 635 acres. Animals at the Estill County Animal Shelter needed to be evacuated Tuesday night as flames were nearing the building. Anita Spicer is the president and general manager of Paws for the Cause. She says she swiftly coordinated the animal evacuation plan with the Estill County Judge Executive, Clark County Animal Shelter emergency team, and an animal adoption agency out of Ohio.
Problem was the smoke. There was a lot of smoke around the shelter. Those animals were breathing the smoke in all day.
12 dogs, 17 cats, and a donkey were inside the Estill County Animal Shelter. Some of those dogs were sent to Clark County Animal Shelter. The rest were sent to the Paws for the Cause facility in Lexington. Well, one of the two counties impacted by recent wildfires is Breathitt County. The Kentucky Division of Forestry says nearly 1,000 acres has burned in the county, creating heavy smoke. Officials saw the fires get near some homes on Highway 1278. Thomas Smith with the Forestry Service says they have been doing a few things to try to prevent the fire from getting too close to homes.
We do structure protection, that's what we call it. It's basically just blowing the leaves out around the outbuildings, and we have 200 gallons of water in my truck back there, which that don't go real far, but we can spray some.
Several counties are under burn bans, but officials are urging everyone to avoid it until we get some rain. And with areas across our region experiencing fire after fire, it's important to understand how they start and how they can be prevented. We talked with the local fire and rescue squad about how we can keep our region from being covered in ash.
A lot of smoke being reported from ongoing forest fires across our region this morning, so be careful out there.
Fires were reported in several of our counties Tuesday. This video shows a wildfire in the Martin area of Floyd County.
Even just the smallest breeze can spread a small fire and make it a large fire very quickly and get out of control very quickly.
1006 Volunteer Fire Department firefighter John Newell agrees. Recently, the department responded to a fire close to homes.
The wind picked up. I mean, it started coming quickly. And so we quickly got the truck and pump gear and was able to spray water on it. We saved 2 houses during that time.
He says when red flag warnings are issued, they make sure their trucks are ready to go at a moment's notice, but says one of the issues they run into are hollow trees that catch on fire, then fall over, crossing the fire barrier set up by the forestry department.
One of the ones up on Deal Branch here in my area was a stolen car. They took it to the top of the hill to a cemetery and set it on fire. A lot of it is just people burning and getting out of control.
Urging people to follow red flag warnings and county-issued burn bans. In Leslie County, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News. Well, even though the red flag warning has expired, you should still be fire aware, follow county burn bans, and until we get a decent rain, our First Alert weather team recommends no outdoor burning. More than 3 months after deadly flooding devastated our region, we continue to hear stories of people who were drawn to help. When Letcher County native Cordella Collins Schaber heard about the floods, she and some friends knew they had to offer assistance. She has been traveling from her home in northern Kentucky to her home county every week since the flood. She has partnered with her church to bring donations and muck out houses.
Well, I can tell you that when I hit Jackson on my way down here, I start crying then. And this hurts. This rips my heart out. Northern Kentucky is where I live and have wonderful neighbors, but this will always be my home.
Well, she's also one of the founders of the nonprofit Martha, Mary, and Me, which helps impoverished girls access education. Well, she also dedicated an arm of the nonprofit to flood relief, naming it Save His Sheep. Following July's flood, Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky and the Kentucky Primary Care Association came together to create a flood relief grant to help flood victims receive household appliances. Now, Primary Care is looking for more support to help continue this mission. Those with primary care met with representatives from KPCA and SOAR to discuss the need that is still out there and possible ways they can receive funding. Primary Care has been able to provide household appliances to 160 applicants, but there are still about 300 applicants waiting.
To give them that little bit of, positivity, and it's every one of them that I've been able to speak with personally, they're just like, this is such a burden lifted off of us. They're very, very appreciative.
Primary Care's Disaster Relief Fund runs solely off of donations.
.608 here on this Thursday morning. Forest fires continue to burn, and we haven't seen one on the Whitesburg side of Pine Mountain just yet, but we did have some reports on the Harlan side of Pine Mountain over there toward Harlan. So far, so good on the Whitesburg side, the Letcher County side. A little traffic out there this morning on US 119. 30s, 40s, and 50s. 35, Manchester, 54, Logan, and Harlan. So again, they're back up there just a little bit as well, keeping an eye on that. Temperature difference over the last 24 hours, 9 degrees warmer in Richmond, 12 degrees colder in Middlesboro this morning from this time yesterday. A lot of folks are just a touch warmer this morning. Temperatures get into the 70s one more time this afternoon before that big time cold front comes through tomorrow, and we'll be in the 40s by this weekend. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. Well, coming up, this year's midterm election results and history being made as more women are chosen to help run their states as governor.